What's up, guys? Here with the Week 11 review. I'm going to start off this video on a not so good note. We had three teams play atrocious lineups this week. Well, I wouldn't say all three. One of them just didn't play defense. And like I said last week, don't have any rules against that. He still won his matchup, so I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But like I stated, next year we will put a rule in that you have to play a valid lineup. And I'll come up with something. I'll do some research on what would be, proper punishment or how I would go about managing that should a person not play a valid lineup. I mean, initially, right off the top of my head is, I guess if you don't have a defense, I can't really put one in your lineup, but if you played a guy on bye or something, I would just pick the guy on your bench who was projected for the most points, and that way it's fair and everybody can see what the projections are for any player. But we had Garrett number 2 play Matt Stafford on bye week. Could have made a big difference in that matchup. He lost the matchup by just shy of 10 points. Quarterbacks normally get 10 points. That has a lot to do with playoff seeding and shit like that. And, it's unfortunate. And, it's not something that I can really, have going on in this league. It's been going on for a very long time. I need people to set their lineups. It's no excuse. It's not like it was a last-minute injury or something of that nature. He's been on bye week the entire fucking season for Week 11. So, and then we also had Casey's team who played Odell Beckham, who was on bye, played Salvon Ahmed, who was ruled inactive. Now, granted, the report I see, he was ruled inactive. It looked to be an hour before the game. He also played J.J. Taylor, running back for the Patriots, who was also ruled inactive. Now, granted, they're usually ruled inactive an hour before the game. That's when the news breaks. But we're in the kind of league where you got to make those adjustments. If you don't think the guy's going to play, and granted, you're playing Ahmed and J.J. Taylor, come on, even if they are on the waiver wire, I would not be picking them up, and I'm sure most of the people in the league would not be picking them up, let alone, not only do you have them on your team, you're fucking playing them, and then they don't even play. Even if they're active, they're probably not even going to do anything, so it's like you just fucking thrown in the towel. I understand, you have injuries, your team's not doing so hot this year, whatever it may be, but if you want to be back next year, you got to keep playing the whole year out. It matters for other people in the league who are fighting for playoff spots. I mean, I still believe I have an outside chance at getting one, regardless of if I do or don't. I'm still going to set my lineup every week because it matters for next year. It matters for draft position for next year. And, we're playing to win. You should want to win every week regardless of how your team's doing. But I'll get off my soapbox and jump into the matchups here. First one I got is my matchup versus Kenny. I beat the living shit out of him. It was 124-57. Rolled with Cam Newton this week at quarterback. I do not like Cam Newton, but with Kyler Murray being out again, he looked like the best option to play, and luckily it worked out for me. He got 26 points. Dalvin Cook played well with 21. Tyler Lockett had a decent game with 14. Deontay Johnson, decent game with 20. Darren Waller finally played nice with 15. Not much else going on there. I had nothing to speak of on the bench. Ramondre Stevenson got me 8. Corey Davis got me 5. I mean, everybody, played pretty well on my team, so not too disappointed out of anybody necessarily. Looking at Kenny's team, Tannehill struggled 4 interceptions against the Texans. I'm sure that cost a lot of people stuff in a survivor pool. Only 9 points there. Did have a nice game out of Keenan Allen with 16. Same with Mark Andrews, who was playing with the backup quarterback. He got 11 out of him. He got -4 out of the Bills defense. Now, I did not see that coming. That's rough. Had Khalif Raymond in the lineup. Looks like he only had one target during the game, 0 points. Not really sure why you're rolling with Khalif Raymond. I'm sure there's got to be better options. I mean, granted, look, you have a lot of guys on your team hurt as well. Negative -0.3 out of Wayne Gallman. I don't blame you for trying to play him, obviously considering you have Patterson as well. Just tough break there. Kenny Galladay only got him 1.7. That's tough. Obviously you got to play Kenny Galladay in our kind of league. Next matchup we have Dakota over Garrett, number 2. Dakota won this one 75 to basically 66. Dakota had Dak Prescott getting him a whole 2.5 points. Rough day. Everybody thought that was going to be the big shoot 'em out game, highest point total of the week, and it disappointed, and definitely disappointed for Cowboys fans like myself. Joe Mixon played very well for him, 24. Pat Freiermuth found the end zone. He had 4 catches for 11 yards, so not a big A-dot there. 9 points out of him, and just single digits just basically all across the team. He somehow still got the victory, as we've already harped on. Garrett didn't play a fucking quarterback, or Garrett 2, let me specify. Looking at Garrett's number 2's team, Matthew Stafford got him 0. Oh, yeah, because he's on fucking bye week and he didn't play. You should have put another quarterback in there. And what's even worse is you had Tua on your fucking bench, and he had 17.5 points. If you put Tua in there, you win. You win. And, that's why I say next year, in this instance, I would just make the change for him. I don't talk to Garrett, number 2, so I don't really know. Maybe he had something come up, but I imagine he picked up Tua, a while ago, not last minute. Looks like he added him on Friday. So he had 2 days to put him in the lineup. You got to get it done. Looking at the rest of his team, Claypool did okay with 12. Deebo Samuel had 16. He only had 1 catch, but he had 8 rushes. All right, interesting. George Kittle got him 11. Had played Zach Pascal, who got him 0.9. Not really sure why you're rolling with Pascal. And Armois St. Brown. Not really sure why you're rolling with those 2 guys. It's not like you got much better options on the bench, but I like I said, I imagine there's at least more intriguing options on the waiver wire. Luckily, I'm not struggling that bad. Next up, we got Josh versus Michael. This was a very high-scoring matchup. It was 141 to 129, and you guys will see here shortly why it was so high-scoring. Josh had Jalen Hurts with 31, Austin Eckler with the 4 touchdown and 39-point performance. James Conner got him 18, DJ Moore with 13.5, Jalen Waddle got him 17. Just big games out of a lot of his guys. Kicker got him -1, so that sucks. Hunter Henry got him 3.5. He had Devontae Freeman on the bench who had 17. Brandon Ayuk on the bench with 18. So could have definitely got some more points there. But all in all, obviously a very good day out of him. Weird to see somebody play 2 tight ends. But looking over here at Michael's team, started off with Justin Fields, who got him 3.5. So now we got to find out where all his fucking points came from. Oh, we look next. Jonathan Taylor, 5 fucking touchdowns, 52 points. I'd have to imagine that Michael's team here is probably like 5% of teams that lost having Jonathan Taylor in their lineup. But it happens. Had Tyreek Hill with 16. Chris Godwin had 16. Kicker even got him 13. But not much else. Obviously, rough day for Jamal Williams, only 1 point. Hunter Renfrow only 5. But, everybody else did pretty much what you expect. Obviously, you need a better performance out of your quarterback. If your quarterback gets you, what he was probably projected to get, then you have no problems there. Obviously, had to roll Fields. Lamar Jackson was ruled out. So Michael was a responsible owner and made the change because I know he wasn't ruled out till Sunday morning. Anyways, Next matchup, we got Derek versus Casey. Obviously, we already harped on Casey's horrible team management skills and playing players who are inactive and on bye. So of course he fucking lost, and it wasn't close. And it probably still would have lost had he put normal guys in the game, given the margin. But it's just the principle of it. Derek won this one 107 to 46. Josh Allen played all right with 16. Myles Gaskin with 17. Landry had 12. Kelsey had 16. Mark Ingram had 12. Got 14 out of his kicker, 9 out of the defense. Had Kirk Cousins on the bench who had 25, so he could have got some more points there. Obviously, you're not benching Josh Allen for Cousins. Had Devontae Booker only at 2.5. DK Metcalf with only 5. Brandon Cooks was only 3. It's kind of weird to see the Texans win, but Brandon Cooks not have a good day. And then looking at Casey's team, Mahomes was 7.5. And it's just shit. 49ers got him 12, and everybody else got single digits. Tyler Boyd played okay with 9.5. Even Russell Gage is 7.5. Is what you expect. 6 points out of Jordan Howard. I guess what you expect. It's just such a poor team here. Kicker got him -1. He took Javonte Williams out of his lineup because he was on bye, but didn't take Odell Beckham out of his lineup. Has 2 open bench spots, so it's not like, he's like, hey, I'm just going to fucking lose this week because all my guys are hurt or on bye. Just weird. I didn't even realize, wow, Chuba Hubbard only played 1 snap on Sunday. Interesting. And next up, we got Matt versus Dalton. Matt won this one. It was 136 to 95. Looking here, Justin Herbert, big day with 34. McLaurin found the end zone with 19. Adam Thielen found the end zone with 18. Dawson Knox had 11. Patriots defense had 26. Kicker had 15. So going into Sunday, it was already a big uphill battle for Dalton to overcome. And obviously couldn't quite do it. Zach Moss only got him 0.5 point. Darrell Williams 3 points, so struggling there. Not sure why he didn't throw CEH over Darrell Williams, but maybe he thought Darrell Williams would still get the workload and they'd ECEH in. I don't know, but doesn't matter. Got the victory. Looking at Dalton's team, Joe Burrow struggled, only 9 points. Obviously would have liked to see him do better because I played him in the tournament on DraftKings and didn't help me. Elliott got him 10. A.J. Dillon was the big play this week for everybody. I'd say kind of disappointed, only 13. Stephon Diggs found the end zone twice with 16. Devontae Adams found the end zone twice, had 27. Jamar Chase found the end zone, had 11.5. 0 points out of his kicker. Did have Darnell Mooney on the bench who had 20.6. So he could have got a few more points there, but wouldn't have been enough to give him the victory. Rough day out of Lamb. Obviously, he left the game injured, so that's why. CJ Uzama only got him 2. But that's about it. Last matchup we have here, we have Jason versus Garrett. These are 2 of the top teams in the league record-wise. Jason won this one 142 to 105. Tom Brady got him 19. Nick Chubb got him 21. Najee Harris got him 14. Justin Jefferson had a huge game with 33. Mike Williams, nice day with 18. James Robinson got him 11. Everybody performed for him. Looks like he's got Robbie Anderson, who got him 5.5. That was his lowest score. Decided not to roll with the defense this week. Although he had the Eagles defense on his bench and didn't play him. I don't understand. I know these people are playing fantasy and they know when waiver. It's not like waivers randomly run at any random time. Like, it runs every day at noon. So if you put in a bid, you get your guy. Just make sure you check it after noon. Everybody uses the bathroom. I've talked about this before, and I'm sure you're bringing your phone in the restroom. Just set your lineup then. Everybody's got the app. Takes like 30 seconds. Just make sure you got your lineup set. Looking at Garrett's team, Russell Wilson continues to struggle, only 8 points. McCaffrey did well for him, 21. Mike Evans had 17. DeAndre Swift with 21. Cole Stevens got him 10. And then Really, the only disappointment I see in his lineup, in my opinion, would be Pittman with only 3. But we all knew he had a tough matchup, and then obviously it was Jonathan Taylor's day, so it is what it is. 105 points, not too bad. Just couldn't get the job done this week. I don't believe there's anybody big to pick up on waivers. It's funny because today, right before noon, it was like 11:57. I was like, "Fuck, I got to get my claims in." I was fucking flying trying to figure out who to pick up and put in a fuck ton of claims. And then afternoon, I was like, "Why isn't it working? And why hasn't it gone through?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Tuesday." So it's been a long week. Obviously, playoffs will start here shortly. Our trade deadline, I believe, is December 1st. So that is coming up, I guess, in the next week or so. So make sure you get any trades done. I mean, I'm always open for business. Not that my team's doing too great or has anybody too crazy good, but obviously I'll still an outside chance of making the playoffs in my mind. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I have 4-7, and I'm tied with like 3 or 4 other teams. Like it's not going to be easy, but best luck to everybody. Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving. Everybody make sure you get your waiver claims in, and make sure you set your lineups for the 3 games that are on Thanksgiving. It's Lions playing the Bears, the Cowboys playing the Raiders, and the Bills playing the Saints. So if you have those players and you want them in your lineup, make sure you get them in. Let's please have valid lineups this week. I can't harp on that enough. But everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family. Be thankful for what you have. And I'll see you guys next week.